Business update on the programme. Brian Quinn is with us here today. Brian, starting with some developments, is on the crucial upcoming budget in the UK.
That budget due out Wednesday, with British Finance Minister Philip Hammond under pressure to deliver some fireworks. Some of the big reveals so far: the plan for the government to build 300,000 new homes per year, as England faces an ongoing housing shortage that's seen first-time home buyers struggling to afford deposits. Also on the marquee, big investments in electric and driverless vehicles, £400 million for electric car charging points and £75 million in funding for artificial intelligence, as the UK looks to put fully driverless cars on the road by 2021. That's part of £4 billion planned in spending to help the British economy grow into new technology after Brexit. And Brexit remains a big question, of course, following a rough EU summit in Gothenburg on Friday that saw European leaders warning Theresa May that time is running out to settle the UK's so-called divorce bill before moving on to trade talks. Hammond says Britain will have a new proposal to settle the bill before an EU Council meeting next month. Here he is.
It's not about demands, it's about what is properly due from the UK to the European Union under international law in accordance with the European treaties. And we've always been clear that it won't be easy to work out that number, but whatever is due, we will pay. We're a nation that honours our debts. And of course we'll negotiate hard where there is any question, any doubt about whether an item is payable or not. But those debts that are clear, of course we will pay.
Philip Hammond there. Well, let's stay with the theme, if you like, of stalled trade talks. The latest round of NAFTA negotiations showing very little signs of progress.
We're currently in round 5 of talks between the US, Canada and Mexico to renegotiate the North American Free Trade Agreement after Donald Trump threatened to unilaterally withdraw the US. Canada and Mexico, though, say the US's demands for higher content of American-made parts in cars for import to the US would damage the auto manufacturing sector in all 3 countries. They also object to U.S. demands for a sunset clause that would see the pact again renegotiated in 5 years. The lack of progress is raising the possibility that talks could end in stalemate at the March 2018 deadline. One Canadian union leader says the U.S. is using bullying tactics and may actually want NAFTA to fail. Here he is.
I think people are just frustrated. I mean, the facts are, our Canadian team is skilled. They are not going to start bargaining positions that make no sense. It's hard to bargain with somebody who's inconsistent. So as long as the U.S. has those proposals on the table, nothing is going anywhere on any of the tables.
OK, let's find out about the trading action today then. How are the markets?
The European index is opening lower Monday. Investors clearly spooked over political instability in Germany as Chancellor Angela Merkel's push to form a new government fell apart Sunday night. Frankfurt DAX down 0.5%. London's FTSE 100 down 0.3%. The CAC 40 here in Paris down 0.2%. On the currencies front, the euro definitely taking a hit from wrangling in Berlin. It fell to a 2-month low in Asian trading before recovering a little bit. Asian indexes themselves mixed as investors continue to fret over the prospects of a Republican tax reform bill in the U.S. Tokyo's Nikkei off by around 0.6%, the Kospian Seoul down by around 0.25%. China's central bank introducing new rules aimed at reducing risky lending. The Shanghai Composite and Hong Kong's Hang Seng Index up either side of 0.25%. Well, let's take a look at some more of today's top business headlines. Alibaba is taking a major stake in China's top supermarket chain. The e-commerce behemoth said Monday it would invest nearly $2.9 billion into Sun Art Retail Group as part of a larger push into offline retail. An alliance between Alibaba, French retailer Auchan, and Taiwanese conglomerate Ruintex will target China's $500 billion food retail sector. Natixis plans to spend €1 billion on acquisitions by 2020. France's 4th largest bank said Sunday it aims to grow revenue by 5% over the next 3 years and return 60% of that to investors. The bank is looking to insurance and asset management to boost growth while focusing investment banking activities on industries including energy and natural resources. And Boeing looks to be selling 75 jets to aircraft leasing firm Avalon. The Chinese-owned leasing company has firmed an order for 50 of Boeing's 737 MAX 8 planes and 20 of the 737 MAX 10. Avalon says it may add an additional 20 planes to the order for a total list price of $11 billion.
And finally, for business, London's transportation system is getting a bit of a jolt of new energy, isn't it? What's this about?
Monday marks the start of a new program to run London city buses on used coffee grounds. A company called BioBean has developed a process for extracting coffee oil from used beans, which can then be added to biodiesel to fuel heavy vehicles without engine modification. BioBean's working with oil giant Shell and Argent Energy to produce the fuel. The company says it's made 6,000 liters of oil, which is enough to power a city bus for a full year. That fuel load required over 2.5 million cups of coffee, which may sound like a lot until you realize it amounts to just about under 5% of the coffee London consumes in a single day. She had no problem.
Can you hear me sniffing? I've been sniffing. It's not because I've got a cold. I'm just wondering whether London is going to smell of coffee now everywhere.
Our editor up there said he was gonna huff a London city bus tailpipe.
Exactly.
That's not a good idea.
Just
drink the coffee.
Bending over the tailpipe. Thank you very much, Brian.